kid's a warrior. This kid's a warrior. This kid's a warrior.
What is poppin', fellas? It is Rezzy here, bringing you boys an 82 gun streak with a 144 kill streak and a 146 KD on the map. What was the map again? I think it was NUKETOWN? I forget. I have not looked over this gameplay in a minute. Yes, it is NUKETOWN using the most overpowered Rampart. Now, boys, if you really want to get a gun streak, I recommend using double high cal and double FMJ on the Rampart. Now, listen, yeah, it may be viewed as somewhat bitchy, and it is, but it's amazing. Alright, boys, if you do not have a nuke, use this one. Use the Rampart, double high cal, double FMJ, ComSec device, scavenger, and whatever other perk you want to use. But as many of you know, my background in pub stomping started in multi-team. And as we all know, those who have played multi-team know there are a lot of personalities, all kinds of personalities in multi-team. Many of these people are no longer with us in the sense that they are no longer pub stompers, they're just the casual players, or of course it can be like Birdman and be an E-Thought Slayer, you get me, which is a good thing. But the person we're going to talk about today, he's a really good friend of mine. He was a really good friend of mine. And for those of you who played multi-team, especially on the Xbox side, you would know this man. And I'm sure most of you who are watching this video played multi-team, as I'm sure. And I'm also sure that many of you befriended this man. The AN-94 legend, boys. NBA legend. Also known as Christopher, or as the meme goes, Christopher, the AN-94 god. Because his Bostonian, Georgian weird accents, it's an odd combination. But boys, NBA legend is, for lack of a better word, a perfect example of a good personality in multi-team. Which is, when you look at multi-team, especially if multi-team was actually still a thing, just imagine. If it was still a thing, NBA would be a really good, what was that word? He'll be an extremely great personality to meet. You see, NBA legend was extremely kind. However, he did not have an ego, which is quite odd. He was a good player, especially for the competitive side, but all of this thing, he did not have an ego. He was just an extremely odd person. Well, on the pub stomping side, I would say this about NBA. He wasn't the greatest pub stomper. I would not call him an NCP, a neocon pub stomper, because he most definitely was not an NCP. However, his gameplays compared to what these actual parasites have, the NCPs have, are much more great. You see, NBA Legend had a few triple nuclears, he had a few 80 gun streaks, he's never gone 100 gun streaks, sadly. And he has a few quick nuked outs. Remember, boys, a nuked out in less than 90 seconds in BO2 it's good, it's really good. And he has a few solo 200 pluses, which is, in multi-team standards, it is good. But in my standards, it's not, but still. NBA had not amazing, he had really good gameplays, okay? But what really made him stand out, were not his gameplays, but it was his personality and his competitive play. You see, NBA, though he was a pub stomper, did enjoy competitive, especially competitive multi-team. Oh, doesn't that classify as an NCP? No, it does not, because NBA is an exception. And in the competitive play, that's where his persona came out, and his nickname came out, the AN-94 Warrior. You see, NBA, though he was nasty with all kinds of guns, especially the M8 and the SCAR. Actually, not the SCAR, only the M8 and the MSMC. He was nastier with the AN-94. His ability to melt the fuck out of you is just unreal, along with his really good friend Lions. And of course, as I said before, many of you who have played multi-team know Lions. Same with NBA. Lions was the true AN-94 god. I have no idea what internet that man had, but if you shot first, and even if your first 2 shots hit, he was still going to kill you, regardless if you put any shots into him because of his internet. His internet is absolutely insane. He will one burst you with M8 at any range, and he will just destroy you in literally a millisecond with the AN-94, which really tells you something about the game. It was a beautiful game, right? But NBA legend Christopher, the AN-94 god, was completely different. You can find some clips on him on YouTube, I believe, but I'm sure most of them are gone. You can still find his channel, but he didn't do that many commentaries. But though you may look at the videos, boys, you may be realizing like, oh, it's just a mediocre pub stomper, but that's not the point. If you were never in a party with him, if you were never in an AIDS lobby with him, you would never understand the ferocity that came out of this man's voice, that came out of this man's sentences. Granted, he was a stuttering, for lack of a better word, a stuttering, oh, you see, it's like me, a stuttering idiot, not really an idiot, but he was just not that intelligent, but he was still a really great person. And of course, he'll talk shit to you, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? I'm better than you. Shut up. Shut up. Get your paper up. But of course, remember, boys, let's not forget, this man was also in Tap X, which is really tell you something about Tap X. You know, they downgraded their standards, but but now this was the good old days of Tap X, before Tap X became what it is now, sadly. But hopefully they'll make a return. But you know, we all gotta hope for the best. And I said before, boys, NBA was a legend. Not only in his name, the NBA legend, but in multi-team terms. If you tell any Xbox player if they remember NBA legend from multi-team, they will most likely say yes. And now when I say Xbox player, I only mean Xbox multi-team player. They will definitely say yes. If they say no, they probably played multi-team in 2017, 2018, and God forbid 2019. Like all those PS3 Doritos, you know what I'm talking about? But that's pretty much it, boys. As I played the clip in the beginning, if you heard that in the party or in a game, in pre-game, you know you're gonna get fucked. No, remember, boys, as I said before, he wasn't the greatest pub stomper. He wasn't the greatest comp player, but he was still good enough to be considered a comp player and a pub stomper. But above all, it was his personality that made him into a legend in multi-team. He was an extremely funny person. His jokes were hilarious. Granted, he would say some of the weirdest things. I'll give you an example. Don't you ever just beat your meat in your underwear? Like, my boy, we do not need to know if you do that or not. Like, Jesus Christ. You know, boys, I'm gonna make a new series out of this. I might call it Multi-Team Profiles. But I might make the videos a bit longer. With this one, I don't have that much material on NBA, sadly, because most of the videos that he was on, most of the commentaries that he had, are no longer with us. And of course, the NBA funny montages, there's only one exists, I believe, or two exists now. But there were also, this brings me back. They had him and his best friend Lions, as I said before, they had a fight. But it was like a playful wrestling match on a hill in Georgia, because that's their best friends in real life, if you guys didn't know that. But that video was hilarious. Of course, Lions being a tall, lengthy little white kid, that not even little, tall, lengthy white kid destroyed NBA stupid ass, a light skinned black at, like, oh wait, like, get back into plantation, you know what I'm talking about? But no, but no, I really do miss that video. But as you saw in the beginning, that's quite possibly the last remnant NBA has left for us. He's a warrior. Oh, let me not forget this. I'm not gonna forget this. The lawnmower ran over my internet cable. I can't even do his voice, but boys, but listen. That was quite possibly one of the funniest things he's ever said. The lawnmower ran over my internet cable. Like, what does that mean, bro? Did a fucking lawnmower actually run over your internet cable? But who knows, boys. Pretty much concludes the video, boys. Of course, as I said right now, this will definitely be a new series. The next one I might do might be KD Counts. Or hell, it might even be me. But I'll res you, narcissistic. But you never know, boys. If you guys got any suggestions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Other than that, it's been Morezi. Have a great day as always. Remember to hit your local pedophile. And peace.
This kid's a warrior.
This world